Tonight we're going to go in with Izzet Leveler. We looked at this deck yesterday in the top 3 decks of the week video. Shouts to Jordan Lidsky, I believe their name is, MTGO Grinder, who has appeared in both top 3 decks of the week videos so far. He's really putting the work in. The first time he played Grixis Atraxa, and it was one of the first times I'd seen that deck. It was pretty cool. This is one of the first times I've seen this deck do something in... I don't want to call MTGO League like super competitive, but any form of competitive play. You don't often see the Izzet Leveler deck. Now, I had people in the comments section like, oh, I've seen this deck before, and it's such and such content creators build and stuff like that. And I've seen it on YouTube, but I, again, have never seen it actually like really produce results. So I was interested to see this deck, and we don't have all the cards to make it. I don't have 4 Skitterbeam Battalion. I don't have the 3 Cityscape Leveler. I think I've only got the 2. Let me double check. Did I get a 3rd? No, I did not. Okay, so we're kneecapped a little bit in this deck, but we did add a portal to Phyrexia. We don't have all 4 Mightstone and Weakstone, but I wanted to cut some of these cards anyway because we're playing in best of 1. Not only are we playing in best of 1, but again, Croaky's just set the world record for bronze to mythic free to play with mono red. So I would expect a slight bump in mono red and how much play it's seeing over the next few days, at least, while the hype dies down. So we have to play like Burn Down the House, which the deck was not playing in its best of 3 incarnation, at least not in the main deck. We're playing the 3 Brotherhood's End to just wipe out stuff. I'm playing Thran Spider to block Phoenix Chicks, but also like not get Lightning Striked. I feel like it's a pretty decent card. And it ramps us a little bit. Down to 2 Stern Lesson, so I could play the Thran Spider, but I still think that Stern Lesson is probably the worst card in the deck, but worth playing in a deck like this. It needs to filter for pieces and ramp at the same time. This card does those things. Fable also, again, filters for pieces. I guess just a better version of Stern Lesson when you think about it. Filters for pieces and maybe ramps, while also putting 2 bodies on the table. That's cool. Copies your Thran Spider, you get a Power Stone token. It's all good. We've got 4 Braid in here to take out Bank Busters, but also kill small dudes. 2 Strangle. The original deck was playing 1, but again, we're in best of 1. I'm going to play 2 Strangle. Why not? 2 Make Disappear, 4 Reckoner Bank Busters, which you're absolutely right. You can tap a Mightstone and Weakstone to play or activate this, and it's pretty sexy. Aside from that, though, the big kill them things in the deck are Leveler and Skitterbeam Battalion and Portal, and we have to draw those. Luckily, since we have fewer of these than the original deck had, we also have Thran Spider to help us draw them. So hopefully we can do some things. If we can't, then maybe we switch decks up, because I have a few different ideas, things I want to do tonight. But I at least want to play a few games with Izzet Leveler, because I was going to say marginally, but no, I was actually legitimately excited about this deck. So, opponent goes Melonhead. That's their name. We finally draw a Thran Spider. We haven't seen one yet. I'll take it. Alright, opponent starts on Red Source. But it looks like it could be a big red deck. It's an Autonomous Furnace, the red land you sack to draw a card. Second mount, it's a good looking mountain too. Here comes Swift Spear. Okay, I spoke too soon. Play tap lands in their mono red deck. Fair enough. You draw Xander's Lounge. Kind of sucks. It's the one game we haven't drawn a Strangle. It's fun. That's fun. Hold up a Braid, play Bank Buster. Hold up a Braid, play Bank Buster. Kind of like holding up a Braid. Kind of do. But they could have tricks for that, couldn't they? I still like it. I like a Braid into Thran Spider. Should help cover a lot of ground. They go creature this turn, that's awesome. Oh, they play with fire, huh? Okay. Go 17. We scry to the bottom with that play with fire. Now what? Now what you doing? Oh, they're going to end the festivities. Put that on the stack? No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. All right. 16 we go to. Could be a lady. I keep saying no, sir. Stormcarved Coast, Thran Spider, Ramps. Go, sir. We drew the Strangle, by the way, so looking okay. We could make it. Got a 15 off Kumino. And they say go. Oh, they're stuck on land. Sexy. Good. All right. Reckoner comes down. the booster. If I play the Sanders Lounge, I can't Stern Lesson. Yeah, I'll play the Otarda. Yeah. That's correct. Yeah, I'll try to pop them here because we can just make disappear if they try to resolve anything at this point. Well, they could drop land, 1 drop. So there's that, but that wouldn't do too much to us. I don't know. They go like Swift Spear, gets a counter, and then play something. Oh, Reckless Impulse. No, you don't get lands. God, that feels sleazy. God, ugh. Ew. Sorry. Hey, gain life against mono red. Seems alright. Swang. And Sega for now. Here comes Kumino. Bit of a problem though. You know, here's Feldon. Alright. Let's do this. Let's Stern Lesson now. We draw Stern Lesson and Cityscape Leveler. Alright. Do we throw this lesson? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Xander's Lounge. Still need another mana to get the Leveler. It's actually kind of like right to throw the Leveler away. I don't know. I'll throw it lesson. I think it's right. About to draw another card anyway, so yeah. Let's take this damage and go to 12. Opponent still has 4 cards. That's the problem with them being stuck on lands. They still have a lot of cards in their hand. Alright, just to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ski. Cityscape Leveler. Feldon. If they can kill my Leveler, it's worth noting that it goes to the graveyard. Or it goes to exile now, so... Cute, but... I don't know if it's going to happen. Let's swing. Let's just keep the pressure on if this is what we can call pressure. They go to 14. And also activate Spider if we want to, and still Strangle on the same turn. That's pretty cool. But we don't have this one just yet. I'm tempted to say we do, but we don't. Mechanized Warfare. It's looking good though, isn't it? Our turn? Cool. Super cool. Let's go. Sekinzen is the draw. Nice. Let's throw down the Sanders Lounge. I'm honestly, in a perfect world, you save that to scry or to draw, but let's just strangle this etching. Let's get in for ticks. Blow up the Warfare. Embarrass mono red. I'm super sorry, dude. You seem like a nice dude, Melonhead. Maybe, I don't know. I'll just draw a card because I feel like it. Can I have a Skitterbeam Battalion? Is that a thing I can have? You're not going to kill me this turn. I'll just draw all the cards I want. Yeah, we annoyed them to death. They scooped. Good job. For our first win. Comes against Melonhead Mono Red, which we open with a Strangle, so even though opponent goes, I think I'll take it. We're up against a real dick over there. It's Richard. Delver. Oh, no. It's just going to be this deck all night. We had a one game reprieve. But now they go first. Do your thing, Mono Blue. Man. Alright. Fine. Shivan Reef. Sega. Woof. Whoopity doop. Poopity scoop. Shoopity whoop. It's not good, guys. It's not looking good. Here comes Hwati Jin. He is a real hottie. Apparently, opponent just knows that we can't kill that this turn. There's just no way. Like, all of our opponents tonight with Mono Blue so far have been, have played the Hwati Jin when they have 4 mana. This one? Nah. Richard? Nah. Richard? No, Richard doesn't play like that. Gonna Fading Hope the token main phase so you can swing with the Jin? It would be a play line. I would fully support. Ooh, Richard's doing some thinking. Richard, doing some thinking on the other side of the table. Will he target the Goblin with a Fading Hope, as we predicted 30 seconds ago? Richard decides to pull the trigger on just that game action, scries, and then swings one with the Haughty Djinn. We draw land, but we get to filter them away, which we will do. This seems correct to me, but it is not. Instead of filtering away the island, I will filter away the second Shivan Reef. And see what we get. A Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and a Mightstone and Weakstone that we will not resolve. Let's play Island, and attempt to resolve a second Fable of the Mirror Breaker. What will Richard do? Richard has startlingly few cards in his hand for a mono blue deck at this stage of the game. This is why Fading Hope is not as good of a card as you would think it is. Although it did target a token this time, so I guess it was sort of card advantage still. Card advantage isn't the word. Anyway, opponent negates our second Fable, and we are forced to say go. Opponent plays Thirst for Discovery, leaving them with 2 open blue mana. Will they discard a land, or do they want to keep a land? Did they draw more than one? Did they have more than one? The mysteries of the universe will soon unravel. As soon as Richard decides what he discards to this Thirst, when's it going to happen, Richard? Richard, when are you going to get your life together? Start dating a nice girl, clean your room, get a job. Richard probably has all of these things, and this is why he is content, meditatively, to take his time and choose which card he will discard. Perhaps Witcher. He discards a Fading Hope and a Slip Out the Back, both very high impact cards for this stage of the game. Richard casts a second Thirst for Discovery. Will he be able to play a land this turn and protect his Haughty Djinn from a Burn Down the House or a Mightstone and Weakstone? We will soon see. Apparently, the cards in Richard's hand are quite good, as he is having a devil of a time deciding which ones to pitch. Little does he know that if he passes turn with no untapped mana, he will no longer have to worry about protecting the Haughty Djinn. However, I would imagine that Richard has drawn multiple other Haughty Djinns. Swing 6, Beast of 13. We draw a Stern Lesson and exile the Fable of the Mirror Breaker, bringing it back as a reflection of Kiki Jiki. Field of Ruin hits the table. We resolve Mightstone and Weakstone, thus killing the Haughty Djinn. Thank God. We finally killed one of these things tonight. I guess we were able to resolve Burn Down the House earlier, so that was good news. But I imagine there are more terrors laying in wait for us in Richard's hand. We shall see. We have 7 mana next turn. Untapped land will give us access to a Cityscape Leveler. Will we get it? We'll find out in just a few minutes at the end of Richard's turn. But for now, stay tuned for these messages. Hi! You ever wanted a better way to hang your clothes up because clothes hangers suck? Yeah, I hate clothes hangers! Well, we'll try this new mess. It's called clothespins. They're from the 1910s. They work. Oh, I'll do that. Okay, good commercial. We're back now. Richard has resolved 2 Tolarian terrors onto the table. Will they have the cards in their hand required to beat this Burn Down the House? I assume they do. I very much assume that Richard has the cards in their hand to beat this Burn Down the House. 3 games tonight against Mono Blue. 4 games played. All I want to do is resolve my spells. Let's see if I'm allowed to play Magic. With all the thought that Richard put into discarding cards, I assume there is a counterspell in our future. However, we play around this spell, Pierce. Nice. Okay. Sorry, everyone. I was not able to contain my excitement. We have killed 3 of our opponent's creatures in this mono blue game, and they only have so many. But there are 3 more Haughty Djinns in our opponent's deck. Opponent was not aware that we could pay for Spell Pierce with Mightstone and Weakstone, and that has caused their world to shatter. Their turn will again take a very long time. Richard, contemplating his next move as he ropes. The rope comes out. both of us, sporting Ajani avatars, which is something I can get behind. However, the amount of time it takes to make a decision with 3 cards in your hand, I'm not sure of. It makes me wonder why Richard is resorting to such actions. But we will soon see how Richard responds to the situation, because Richard has resolve. Here comes a haughty Jin. It's been in his hand the entire time, and yet he just now cast it. Why would that be? Let's attempt to resolve a Cityscape Leveler. Do you think we will? I do not. We might resolve the Leveler, but we might not kill the Jin. Let's find out. Jin targeted. Stay on target. Are you going to do it? You can do it? Opponent discarded. Slip out the back a few turns ago. Could that indicate they have more than one? We will soon see. As Richard gears up, here's the rope. Richard must rope before making decisions. They fading hope the haughty Jin back to their hand, and Scry to the bottom. Richard on the ropes now. It's his turn again. What will Richard do? Not much time left for Richie Rich on the other side of the table. If they resolve haughty Jin, they have but 1 mana left to spend, but that, of course, allows them to cast 2-drop spells. Opponent has said go. Why is that? We shall attack with Cityscape Leveler. We will submit 0 permanents and put our opponent at 12. Main phase. Stern Lesson? What can we cast with it? Skitterbeam Battalion, but it's already past our attack step. So it's probably best just to save the Stern Lesson for the end of our opponent's turn. We're more likely to resolve it that way. But I was considering trying to resolve it during our turn so that we could play through counter spells. Here comes a Thirst for Discovery. That's interesting. A decision point has been reached in this game. We'll make disappear this. Because if they have another land, which they will probably get from the Thirst for Discovery, they can land haughty Jin through that make disappear. So I think we did it right. Let's Stern Lesson EO2. Get a make disappear. Discard the Strongle. Power Stone token. Brotherhood's End is the draw. It's not a great one. Swing with Leveler. Submit 0. We go to 4. Bonk Booster. Draws the cards. Land. Yes, of course. Of course, it's a land. Of course. That's my Tim Curry as Nigel Thornberry. Yes, Elijah. Draw a land. Here comes haughty Jin. Take a little bit of your own medicine there, Mono Blue. How you like getting your spells? I guess you can't play Magic now. What the Yeah, you get out of here, kid. You punk. Richard. I'm sure he's a perfectly nice person. He's probably a good guy. I don't mean to denigrate Richard. He's just a kind of a scarecrow, bit of a punching bag. They get good job. We go first. Early removal. Cityscape Leveler. I don't love having the 8-drop in my opener, but whatevs. Let's give it a shot. Let me play this Cliffs. The entire last game was like ASMR. Apparently I'm gonna do this guy. This whole I'm not going to do that. This whole game. Uh-oh, here comes the mono red. Kumano faces Kakazan. Hits the table. I'm gonna play a mountain. And hold up a braid. You're probably gonna need it. Do a braid dance. We're dancing. Here comes the adversary. Yeah, you gonna do that? I'm gonna kill it. It's a braid that man. Yeah, Bloodthirsty Adversary's a lady. Ladies play. Let's Stormcarved Coast. Sega. We're gonna get there, baby. We're gonna make this happen. What's your third turn play? What you gonna do? You gonna play Mechanized Warfare? Oh, it's a good card. That is quite a good card, actually. But we'll stay at 20 through turn 4. That never happens against your deck, does it? I guess we'll Fable this turn. And then we'll probably take a big, fat shot in the lip coming up. Thundering Raiju or something like that. It's gonna be ugly. Monastery Swift Spear. Kill my boy. I needed my boy. I really wanted my boy to help ramp me here. He was integral. We go to 17. And they don't do nothing else. They don't do nothing else. I kind of am considering putting this leveler in my yard. I can always get it later. Not like they can mess around with my yard. But then it'll be gone forever. That's the problem. I just want to draw cards. I want to get that Brotherhood's End or something. There's a burn down the house. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I am so tempted. I am so tempted what to just like make devils here, right? Right in? Because right, I make devils. Stop. Let's make a devil. Let's make 3 of them actually. This is not the correct use. What am I doing? I don't know. It might be. It might be. It might be. They have something in their hand, though. Did you guys notice that? You guys catch that? You guys seeing this? You heard about this? Let's swing with one of these guys. Also, not a good idea. I will immediately recognize the things I do are dumb. But they can't activate the Foundry, so I figure I'll swing with this dude. Yeah? You just gonna sit there? What are you doing? They're deciding whether to play with fire or not. You shouldn't. You should just take a damage. It's 1 damage. It's like a pain land mana. Who cares, you know? Are we getting roped for other reasons? Are there perhaps other reasons that we would have been roped here? You mad? For what? You've still got the stuff in your hand that's going to kill us. We're dead. What you gonna do, big man? Big, you know, again, it could be a lady. Could easily be lady. Let's just try this. Let's just try this. I'm only going to block with one of these guys. What, do you think I'm dumb? Yeah, I know. I know. I am well aware. I want to get cards out of your hand. 1 to the top. Let's remember that. Bang. We have chosen a target. Okay, so they have 1 card in their hand. Oh, I can kill it no matter what with a Might Stone. That's good. It'll help us cast the leveler too. But then I can't strangle anything. If I strangle, I can also Stern Lesson, but then I have to discard the Might Stone. Oh no, it's draw 2, then discard. Yeah, so not necessarily. Plus, like, if I strangle it, they only have 1 spell they can cast, and like, what are the chances that it ups this thing's toughness? Extremely low, so I think we just cast the Strangle. It's like, Might Stone and Weak Stone is, yeah, they have something, though. They have something. And Might Stone and Weak Stone is just better used as a removal spell against something else, honestly. So I'm gonna... I gotta do some damage to them, you know what I mean? I don't love it, though. I don't. They can come in with Foundry and something else this turn. And it hurts. You know what would suck? Squee. I'm going to call that. Squee would be just a tremendous play right now. But they got nothing. What do you got? Sandwich? Nothing? You got a rock. And you got rocked. Well, Izzet Leveler starting to do things now. We've won our last, like, 3 or something. You go first. Big boy. This is the first, guys, this is like game 6. Wait. 2 against Mono Blue and then 3? Yes, this is like game 6. It's the first time we've seen a Skitter Beam. That's something. I guess I'll take this. I don't love it. Got a 9-drop and an 8-drop in your opener. Sure. That's playable. Against Corefish 42. I believe this is the second time we played an opponent tonight that I think we played before on stream. So, hello, gold tier people. Say go. See what Corefish does. What you on tonight, Corefish? Ooh, blue-black. Dark Slick Shores is the play. Start Buster. My right hand would cooperate. was going to say the mouse, but that was all user error. Alright, so Grixis is the case that they gave me. Here comes Blood Tithe. Let's try and beat this deck. So, Thran Spider or Fable of the Mirror Break? I say Fable. Right? I mean, if we Thran Spider now, we get to play Skitterbeam next turn. No, we don't, because we have Swiftwater Cliffs. That changes everything. I want to get Fable before they get Fable. I'm obsessive about it. I just feel like sometimes whoever plays Fable first just wins. So I want to play Fable first. Plus next turn we have a play, right? We can Swiftwater Cliffs and still play Spiders. So they abrade the Buster before we get any value. Dirty pool, dude. Dirty. Didn't they say go? We draw another leveler. Come on, man. I can drop one of those in the yard, right? I can also try to trade this Cliffs for a land that does not interplay tapped. That's a risky prop, but I'm going for it. Draw the land, thank God. I needed it so bad. Well, before we do anything, let's see if they trade. Because I'd be fine with that. If they do trade, it informs my decision. I just play another Fable if they trade. Maybe I play another one if they don't, you know what I mean? they do trade, though. Good news. All right. So, the card they traded with makes, like, 3 things. The card we traded with makes 1 thing, a blood token. So, I guess that's fine. They Shieldred next turn, that sucks. A little bit. A little, especially because we've got a Fable that's ready to filter. They played Black Source too, so... But nothing! Okay, good. Bankbuster doesn't look half bad, actually. Do I want to filter any of these? Yeah, we need lands, don't we? We need that. I think once there's 2 levelers in the yard, it's like... That's a... Well, they might have, like, Trespassers. They might. Yeah, those all... We got a Mightstone. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I think this turn we try to resolve Skitterbeam, though, right? It's actually tough. Yeah, I don't think it's time. I actually don't. I think that a lot actually hinges on that decision, though. My thought process is if we Skitterbeam, we lose this treasure token that we had out. That could be a problem. And if it gets Make Disappear, then we're in like a lot of trouble. And I don't like that. So I'm going to run this Thran Spider out. Is that going to soak up a counter? If you have Make Disappear for that, I'll use a... Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure. Yeah. If they have to use second Make Disappear on this, I'm actually kind of happy. Because all we really spent was a treasure token. And that's okay, right? Yep, okay. Opponent down to 2 cards. They double Make Disappear to deal with a Thran Spider. Now what? Xander's Lounge is the play. They didn't have Shieldred last turn. They have Siphon Insight. Okay. Gotta wonder what kind of wacky stuff they'll get with that. But it looks like we're basically free to swing away with everything this turn. So that's pretty cool. Skitterbeam. Skitter gang. We take a point of pain, but I do not care. This says if you cast it. Yeah, if you cast it. So copy the Gobbo. It's worth the treasure token. I'm just going to get one right back anyway. And we put them at 7, so they have to start doing things right now. If they play Shelly, we have a removal spell too, so might have it sewed up, guys. Yep, Invoke. And what are you going to do with that? Nothing. That feels good. Oh, man. What does Invoke Despair even do? We get rid of 1 Goblin and 1 in Reflection, and we still swing for 1 million? Yes. Good job. Good job. We go first. We have a Make Disappear. Fable. So sure. Mountain. Once you start saying it like Saffron Olive, it's addictive. It's Mountain. And Shivan Reef, go. Opponent started on Plains. It's the first Plains we've seen like all night. Plains number 2. And no thank you. Let's make disappear that bank buster. And get value. You like value? Value. I guess we could have saved it and used the Brotherhood's End, but I want to go ahead and Fable here. And we might be somewhat likely to get Skitter Beam on 4, or 5 really. But we might get Skitter Beam on 5 without having to get another land. Opponent goes third planes. Is it wedding announcement time? It is Cathar Commando time. Now, do it right. Don't do it. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. Supposed to block my guy and then blow it up. Okay, it doesn't matter. Let's Shivan Reef. Yeah, we didn't get the extra land that we needed, so we will need this treasure token one way or the other. Let's say go. Sucks we can't capitalize on a relatively slow start from our opponent and a misplay, whether they know it or not. They're going to Wandering Emperor this goblin, aren't they? No, they're going to lay down arms. That works. 3 mana open, nothing. Okay. So we get Xander's Lounge. Let's Battalion, right? Yeah. Yeah, let's Skitter Beam. Skitter Beam, Skitter Beam, Skitter Beam. They can't Wandering Emperor right now. They might be able to do it on their turn, but it still won't clean everything up. Look for a Depopulate or something here. If they hit it, we can just burn down the house, keep going. Maybe burn down the house. You could make a point that burn down the house is better in that situation. The last turn, because we burned down the house. And then they only have access to Depopulate this turn, right? But next turn, if they drop a land, they have access to Farewell. And that can get rid of our tokens without dice triggers. So, again, I think there's an argument for having burned down the house last turn. But let's just try to run them down. I hope you run down that dream, Bobby. Bang, bang, bang. And they go to 5. They do depopulate. They go to 2. Here's Eternal Wanderer. So that sucks because they'll minus it. Yep.
I'll finish this here and now.
Hey, but we get to kill their Wanderer off of devil damage, and they go to 4. So cool. They don't have the Farewell yet. That's great. Stormcarved Coast. Mightstone, draw 2. That'll help a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need a land. They go to 3 off the devil attack. We got a Stern Lesson and a Fable of the Mirror Breaker off the Mightstone. Here comes another Wanderer. Oh no. Oh, that's not good.
If you can.
That's real ungood. They can just plus it here. Brotherhood's End will kill the Samurai. Neato burrito. Okay. Well, let's just portal then. They'll have to sacrifice their Sam. Put him at 2. Put him at 2. But what does Portal get next turn anyway? Anointed Peacekeeper. They're gonna have a look at her hand. Cathar Commando could come down. Sucks that Skitter Beam can't, because they laid down arms on that. Wish it would gain the creature haste. That'd be great. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? This also damages Planeswalkers, right? Yes, it does. Maybe I should have come at the Wanderer. They are taking a while. It usually does take a while just because of the mechanics of Anointed Peacekeeper. But they're taking a very long time. You know, drawing another Burn Down the House would be, like, incredible. That would be what we really want here, I think. Especially without them having Wandering Emperor mana. The ossification. Our guy. Man, this last 2 damage is going to be difficult, guys. Make a boy. Unless they don't. Yep, they do. Okay. So we get their Commando. Thran Spider. Just play it. Just play Brotherhood's End. 3 to everything. Wandering Emperor goes to 2. Thran Spider. Fable. They draw. They only have 2 cards left. It's really coming down to the wire. We get Anointed Peacekeeper out of their yard. That's pretty cool, right? They make a man with the Wanderer. 2 cards left. I mean, that could mean anything. They say go. Peacekeeper. Let's see what these cards are. Wanderer, Wanderer. Okay, crap. Yeah, but... Well, I mean, you still could have played Wanderer. 5, 6, 7... Yeah, you still could have played Wanderer that turn. What are you doing? You still could have played Wanderer. And lived. You know what I mean? Like, we can't kill this guy. Right? So... Play Wanderer, and that's both of our attackers. It's fine. What else? But okay, yeah, we won. Okay, so we're 5 and 2. Yeah, I was thinking about killing the ossification with the commando. I should have just done that. I don't know what stopped me from doing that. All right, so despite a rough start that I was a little bit discouraged by at the very beginning of the night, you know, we played against Mono Blue at the very beginning if you weren't here. And we lost 2 games in a row to the first 2 decks we played against, both Mono Blue, and I was like, oh no. But then we won. We proceeded to win every single other game that we played for the rest of the night. So I guess there is something here, you know. Just having like the low-end sweeper of Brotherhood's End really helps. Like Brotherhood's End is a very impressive card, right? But we've got, you know, Reckoner, Bankbuster, Abrade, Make Disappear, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And I kind of feel like that's like, and along with Brotherhood's End for that matter, it's kind of the shell. It's kind of like the Grixis shell with no black cards. Like the Izzet, you know, 2/3, 66% of a Grixis shell. So we play some really good cards in here, and Make Disappear helps us, you know, again, get to the late point in the game we can play these cards. I think not having all of the Skitterbeam battalions that we needed did matter in a few games tonight. It took a few games to see this card, right? But adding Portal to Phyrexia helped in the last game, and adding Burn Down the House to the main deck because we're in best of 1. I think this really helped us win a lot of the games that we ended up winning tonight. Just an instrumental card in sort of how the deck worked in best of 1. So I would suggest definitely adding this to the deck if you're looking at the Jordan Lipsky's, you know, MTGO Challenge 5.0 list. I would suggest adding this if you're going to be in best of 1, and you might even want to add a 3rd copy, but I don't know what to take out at this point. Thoran Spider did not perform super well, but we also didn't see it very much tonight. But if Mono Red continues to be a force, and with Croaky's, you know, world record and all that, I imagine Mono Red will get even more popular in the coming days. So Thoran Spider is very good against that deck and helps draw cards in long games and stuff. I really like this card a lot. So just neat. Stern Lesson probably was the weakest card in the deck, all things considered. And I'm not sure that you absolutely need it. So if you wanted to put in, you know, more removal for best of 1, another Burn Down the House, or if you needed space to cut in more Skitterbeams or a 3rd copy of Cityscape like the deck normally plays, I could see actually cutting the Stern Lesson, but all depends. The deck also has, what is it, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 3-drops without the Stern Lesson, which is, you know, theoretically just about as many as you'd want in a mid-range deck, 10 3-drops. So altogether, deck did pretty well tonight. I'm impressed. I'm surprised, to be honest with you. I didn't think it was going to do that. So good stuff. Good stuff tonight.